2017 was a weird year for WWE. There was a pay-per-view called Great Balls of Fire. Bray Wyatt literally dressed up like a woman. And oh yeah, Jinder Mahal was champion.
Oh no.
Despite all of this, WWE still managed to deliver some stellar action where it counts, in the ring. Here are my top 10 wrestlers of 2017. Number 10, Charlotte. Much like her old man, Charlotte is pretty good at this whole wrestling thing. She started the year off slow and Bayley ended her undefeated pay-per-view streak a month before WrestleMania because you, that's why. But she bounced back, becoming the first woman to ever main event Raw and SmackDown, the second to win both the Raw and SmackDown Women's Championships, and she participated in the first 2 Women's Money in the Bank matches, even if there only should have been 1. Number 9, Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens started off the year strong. He was in his first reign as world champion. He had beat Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns in some high quality matches, and he turned out his best friend Chris Jericho in one of the most emotional promos of the year. He then lost his title to Goldberg in 20 seconds because you, that's why. While he floundered around in an aimless feud with AJ Styles, it was a brutal feud with Shane McMahon, and an unlikely partnership with Sami Zayn that has made Kevin Owens one of the most compelling stars on the roster once again. Number 8, The Miz. The Miz's 2017 was nothing short of awesome! He was a member of one of the best matches of the year at Elimination Chamber. He gave us killer promo after killer promo and was part of the completely shocking, totally unpredictable proposal at WrestleMania 33.
I never actually would have thought that he would have proposed in front of all those people.
Liar! While it's become apparent the higher-ups still aren't ready to put the big one on him, he's carved out a very nice role as the reliable mid-carder. Number 7, Neville. When you talk about superstars that didn't get a fair shake in WWE, Neville quickly springs to mind. The man managed to do what talent, production, and even the televised invasion of aliens couldn't, which is make the Cruiserweight division interesting. He had the Cruiserweight feud of the year with Austin Aries, and one of the most badass gimmicks on the roster. Come on, how could you not love this dude? While it sucks the WWE couldn't see his value, I feel like there's a few places that would happily welcome the addition of Neville. Number 6, Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar did the same thing this year that he does every year. Show up, beat people up, disappear into the unknown to do whatever Brock Lesnar's do. While I'm still not a fan of the title being on someone who's usually gone, especially when we have, count them with me, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 full-time guys who could be world champion, 6 if you count my boy Cesaro. Poor Cesaro.
Oh, jeez.
This has been one of Brock's better years, with the Beast having a plethora of good matches. Plus, he was champ pretty much all year, so that's gotta land him somewhere on the list, right? Number 5, Roman Reigns. I can literally feel the booze radiating through the internet, but hey, if you retire The Undertaker, become runner-up in the Royal Rumble, retire The Undertaker, become a Grand Slam champion, and oh yeah, retire the frickin' Undertaker, then I think you had a pretty decent year. While it still feels like his showdown with Brock is sadly a foregone conclusion, he steered clear of the main event scene many have tired of seeing him in, had one of the best feuds of the year with John Cena, and put on some incredible matches with Braun Strowman and Kevin Owens. Oh yeah, and he retired the frickin' Undertaker! Number 4, Alexa Bliss. If I had told you a year and a half ago that Alexa Bliss would be the first person to ever hold the Raw and SmackDown Women's Championships, you would have said, who the hell is Alexa Bliss? Fast forward to 2018, and she's one of the best women's wrestlers on the roster. With impeccable mic skills, stellar in-ring ability, and that whole being really hot thing Vince McMahon loves, it seemed like the sky is the limit for Alexa Bliss. Number 3, Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe is incredible. Anybody who has seen his TNA Wrestling, Impact Wrestling, Global Force Wrestling days knows that. The big question was, would the WWE see his value? Luckily, they did. While not reaching the phenomenal first-year heights of his TNA, Impact, Global Force counterpart AJ Styles, Samoa Joe main evented 4 pay-per-views, got 2 world title shots, and made the Beast pass out on live TV. Not a bad rookie year at all. Number 2, Braun! If there was a magical place called Build a Wrestler Workshop, and Vinnie Mac could build his own superstars, he would make Braun Strowman. While it seems like crowds have begun to embrace smaller, more athletic wrestlers, Strowman shows that there's definitely still a place for the huge super heavyweights. His feud with Roman Reigns was awesome. He was the highlight of the SummerSlam main event, and he even managed to drag a couple great matches out of a 45-year-old Big Show. Number 1, AJ Styles. AJ Styles is one of a kind. He's amazing. He's phenomenal. He's the best freaking wrestler on the planet. So WWE had him play second fiddle to Jinder Mahal most of the year because f*** you, that's why. Despite being hampered with a mid-card title, AJ Styles continued to do that thing where he pulls off a classic match with freaking anyone. John Cena, Brock Lesnar, Shane McMahon, Jinder Mahal, and with WrestleMania around the corner, maybe WWE will let him have another 5-star match with a certain someone else. We can dream, right? Thanks for watching, and if you haven't liked, shared, or subscribed,
It'd be a lot cooler if you did.